So if there was one thing that you could change about LGBTQ plus representation in media today, what would it be?
I would like to see a little bit more sapphic or women living women type representation. I feel like it is currently overwhelmingly men, and so I think it would be nice to see and hear a little bit more of the stories from them and the differences that might come up in their relationships.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tales of Our Times. This is a show where we discuss the stories that move us, what makes them so meaningful, and why others could or should find meaning in them as well. This is not a spoiler-free show, so bear that in mind as you continue listening. We tackle movies, books, podcasts, and more. Where there's a story, there's a reason to read. I'm your host, Amanda Stevens, and you're joining us during the last episode, unfortunately, of our June Pride Month special, where I'm inviting members of our colorful LGBTQ plus community from Taiwan and around the world to share stories that made them feel seen and what that means to each. Joining me today is returning guest and all-time great, Emily. Welcome back.
It's great to be back.
You have been here before, but is there like a specific introduction you would like to give because of the theme?
Yeah, so I'm Emily. I have been here in Taiwan for 7 years as a teacher, and I am a longtime hockey fan. Been a fan since 2010.
Relevant.
Yeah, we will be talking about, as you may have guessed, Heated Rivalry.
Yeah. Hopefully you saw the title episode, and so you already know that this is coming. But so if you are interested in that, you may want to watch it first. It's only 6 episodes. I just found out. I thought it was way longer.
Nope.
Most people are familiar with this as the TV show, and we are going to be sort of talking about that. But Emily, you were the one who first told me that this is actually based on a book. And so we're going to be mostly talking about, while referencing the show and kind of talking about what happens there, talking about basically the first season because it is based on the first book, which you have read.
Yes.
So really talking about the TV show through the lens of the book and therefore as one continuous story.
Yeah.
Is that the correct summary you'd
yes,
say?
Correct. And there are some show and book differences specifically in the names. I'm going to use the show ones because I think they're the more popular
They're
ones.
more popular, yeah.
But
so probably the only time that I'm going to be making this exception, which is you have a fair argument, and I'm very excited to hear how this is going to go. I think let's just get started. This is your final spoiler warning since, again, it's going to be not an episode, but Heated Rivalry as it currently exists on HBO and the first Heated Rivalry book. So
the second book in the Game Changer series.
The second book in the Game Changer series.
Yes.
I'm learning so much. Emily, can you please give us a summary of Heated Rivalry?
All right.
That's the name of the second book.
Yes. Yeah. So the main characters are Shane Hollander, who is from Canada, and Ilya Rozanov, who is from Russia. And they first meet at the World Junior Championships
It's
of
always
hockey.
a Russian. It's always a Russian.
Always.
Okay, I'm not going to comment on it anymore.
So they first meet at the World Junior Championships in 2009. Ilya is outside smoking, and Shane comes up. He's like, you can't do that here, man. And so that's their first meeting. Russia ends up winning the tournament, sparking the rivalry. Mm-hmm. And so later on is the draft into the MLH, Major League Hockey, or NHL in real life. And Ilya ends up going first to the Boston Raiders, and Shane ends up going second to the Montreal Metros. Now, anybody who knows hockey in real life, you also know they're based off of the Boston Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens.
Is this a real rivalry?
Oh, 100 years long rivalry.
Okay.
Yes.
Big rivalry. The rivalry deepens.
Yes. So it's these two characters now, they have the personal rivalry between themselves and a deeper rivalry between their
a professional
teams.
Rivalry as well.
And so also an important thing to note is that Shane is not white. He's actually half Japanese. His mother's Japanese. Mm-hmm. And so at the draft, the Metro's general manager makes a comment about like, oh, you're such good representation. It's nice to have you, kind of in a backhanded
It's sort of like I'm trying to be helpful, but I'm actually being harmful by pointing it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. So later on that night, Shane, he can't sleep because he's so disappointed in going second. He goes to the gym, gets on a bike, and who shows up but Ilya? And then
rival.
rival. And they're competing. They're going faster. They're pedaling faster. And eventually Shane has a tap out first, which he's mad about. He's like, you smoke. How did you beat me?
Mm-hmm.
But so they're sitting on the gym floor, heaving. And Ilya, he has his water. Shane does not. So they have a moment as Ilya passes
Meet
his...
cute number 2. Yeah, yeah. You can have my water.
Uh-huh. Well, and indirect kiss.
Yeah.
So then later on, the next year, 2010 World Junior Championships again. This time, Shane and Canada win. The summer before their rookie season, they were both sponsored by CCM, a big sports brand.
Are they both independently very popular?
Yeah. Shane's mom also, Yuna, she is very good at securing him a lot of sponsorships. And Ilya, he's just that
popular.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So they both get this big sports sponsorship.
Mm-hmm. They do this shoot together. Then after that, he goes to the shower. Ilya comes in, and Shane's body has a reaction to him.
Embarrassing. I mean, like, it's hot also, but like, I feel like this would be mortifying. Like, your rival walks in and then you're like, hey, happy to see you. Mm-hmm. Like, personally, I would die.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Ilya, though, he sees that and he's just like, yeah, what if we meet up later?
Uh-huh.
And they do.
Good for them.
They sleep together, but don't go all the way. And then this is where we learn that this is Shane's first time with a man, but not Ilya's. And so then later on, the season starts, and in the media, Ilya is very charming and also a little bit cocky, but also he's very much a playboy, which is why him being bisexual is very important, because he's seen with a lot of women and models. Yep, you see.
I'm not going to say it. It's not my place. It's your microphone. It's your month.
We can talk later.
Yeah.
And so the season keeps going. They meet again at the All-Stars in 2011, and they're on different teams. This is important because usually the NHL, they put teams of the same division together, but they are specifically playing up their rivalry, and so they're on different
because they're both really popular.
Yep.
Yeah, it's I get it. PR-wise, it's very fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So they meet up and sleep together again. They exchange their numbers as Lily and Jane. They're so subtle. So then the next time they see each other is at the awards, where Shane wins Rookie of the Year. So you kind of see the back and forth between their rivalry. And
yeah. They keep kind of like trading this first place.
Exactly.
Keeping this rivalry going, keeping it heated.
Mm-hmm. So then they continue to like text for over the next 2 years and sometimes like meeting up.
So this story takes place over kind of a long period of time, actually, like multiple years.
7, 8 technically years.
Wow.
Yes, which is why I mentioned dates, because it's a very
long story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So next time they meet, it's late 2013, and this is where they go all the way for the first time. It's very lovely, very tender, right? And this is very important because in 2014 is the Olympics in Sochi, and Russia loses early, as happened in real life. And so Ilya, like, Shane goes to try to talk to him. He sees him while watching the figure skating.
Assuming Ilya was on the
Russian team.
Yeah.
Yes, he was the captain. Yep.
Oh.
And so very embarrassing for him. And Shane goes to a figure skating competition, sees Ilya, and Ilya's like, brushes him off. He's like, we're nothing here. Don't
do this to me, dude.
Right. Then later on, we see Ilya going to a gala with his father, and where we learn that his dad, he's showing signs of memory loss. And we also learn that his mom is dead. And then so later back in North America, Ilya continues to still ignore Shane. So like they've gone all the way the first time, and now we're down months.
That's crushing.
Yep.
Gotta be honest. And that is still Shane's first time with a man. I'm gonna assume, yeah.
Yep. He has slept with other women, but not a man, right?
Shane?
Yep.
And Shane does not identify as bisexual, or are they both bisexual?
Well, we'll see. We'll get there.
Okay. I'm so nosy. Let's go.
Yep. And so, but also, to make it worse, Ilya ends up winning, like, the cup. And so they meet at the awards. Ilya wins MVP. They sleep together again, but they don't kiss. They continue hooking up for the next 2 years. The Metros win in 2015, 2016. And of course, by now, both teams have caught on to the Boston Lily and Montreal Jane. And
they're like, it's crazy how every time that we see that team, you meet someone whose name is basically the same, and then you guys disappear for a few hours, and then you guys are like, I don't know him.
You've always got a lady. Wow. So then now we're late 2016. Shane goes to Ilya's house, and Ilya tries to ask Shane, basically, are you gay? Are you bi like me?
And he's like trying to actually get like a ironically, a straight answer.
Exactly. Yeah. And Shane kind of like talks around it because, I mean,
Does he know?
He doesn't know.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
And also, Ilya being from Russia, he can't just come out like, oh,
No,
are
he
you
can't.
gay?
No.
And so during this, Ilya gets a call from his family in Russia, and we learned that Ilya's dad is getting worse. And this is the first Shane really hears about this. And then they end up having a little bit of fun together. And then while they say each other's names for the first time because all the way until now, they've been Hollander and Rosanov to each other. And actually in the book, you see in their internal narrations, after this moment, they become Shane and Ilya to each other.
Okay.
But this freaks Shane out between the conversation and then the...
It's a lot, very fast.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and he leaves. And so he ends up going to a party with his teammates, and he meets a girl named Rose Landry. She's a movie star, and they have a great connection. And he's like, wow, maybe I actually do like women. And because she's a movie star, also, they are very publicly together. And Ilya gets very jealous. And so then they have a game in Montreal, and both of them play like trash. They're not good. And then they're like, Ilya's like, I need to go get laid. I need to go to a club. Shane's like, I'm meeting Rose there. We're going to meet in this club. So obviously they see each other. And so they're staring at each other from across the club. And they're like, oh no.
What is this? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shane ends up going home with Rose. And then later, Rose and Shane, they go to dinner. And Rose very kindly informs Shane that she thinks he's gay.
Yeah.
And Shane is like, yeah, this kind of was the final straw. Like the final proof was they slept together and it was clearly not good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then in 2017 at the All-Star game, Shane and Ilya meet again, and Shane is kind of like, at this point, this isn't casual for me anymore, and I don't think it's casual for you.
I've literally caught feelings. It's terminal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Yep. And Ilya's like, it has to be casual because of my family, because of Russia, because of all of this, right? So they're still not on the same page yet. Later on, Ilya's dad dies. Ilya goes back to Russia, has a bad time. He calls Shane to try to like process this, but expressing his feelings in English is hard. So Shane is like, what if you just say it in Russian? I won't understand it, but you can say it. And so Ilya does, and this is where we learn, because he says in Russian that he loves Shane. But of course, he hasn't said it in English yet. Shane doesn't know. Next time, Montreal and Boston, they have a game. Shane gets very hurt. Ilya visits him in the hospital, partially because that's just a very sportsmanship-like thing to do, and also he loves him, right?
Yeah.
So he goes to visit. Shane invites him to his cottage over the summer, and Ilya's very much like, maybe, but really meaning no. And so,
soft no.
Now, during the final, Scott Hunter ends up winning it, and what does he do but kiss his boyfriend, Kip? And this changes everything for them. Ilya goes to the cottage. They have a lot of tender moments. They discuss, his mom and everything. Mm-hmm. And they even have plans that Ilya can move to Ottawa and they can start a charity together, and then they can be more publicly together. And
it's like we didn't feel like we could be the first like gay couple, but we could be the second.
No, we can't be out together as a couple because very much professionally we're still rivals. The league still
right. The league needs us to be rivals, but we could be seen together.
We could be seen together in a friendly way, and we can be closer to each other. Yeah. And so they have this plan. They exchange I love yous, and then they're making out, and Shane's dad arrives, sees them, and so then they go, and it's like very awkward as they're like, hello, I'm gay. Also, I love a man. And it's this man in particular, my rival. And that's kind of where it ends, is after they have this moment. Shane has a very tender moment with his mom where he's like, I tried to be straight. I tried to be a good son. I tried to be good representation.
Yeah, kind of conflating all of these things together, all of these identities that he's been struggling with this whole time.
And so, yeah.
Okay. I can see why people have been on pins and needles this entire time.
Yes.
So then, Emily.
Yes.
Tell me, what about this story made you feel seen, and especially in a way that is not present in other media?
I love Ilya Rosanov. He is such good bi representation. And it's very personal to me because I find that there's not a lot of explicit bi representation in general. And Ilya in the books is very like, once he's out, he's like, no, I'm bisexual. And actually, even because he's very publicly seen with women. There's a moment when talking to Shane's parents where they're like, you always had a reputation as being such a ladies' man, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, like, I'm bi. And, you know, I may have been with all those women, but I only love Shane. I've only loved him. So I find it good representation as, like, the conflict isn't about him being bi, and everybody, they just accept it. Because I've found in other media where they have an explicit bi person, sometimes it's the gay or lesbian person is like, well, but you have all of these options.
It's
so
not
why?
just gay or lesbian too. It's also straight. It's
Also
like
straight, yes.
there's the pervasive narrative that if you are also not a bi person and you are with a bi person, you should be afraid that they will seek out the other gender because they can and you can't.
Yes, exactly. And Shane and Ilya, they're not like that. Shane, that is never a concern for him.
Like, it's not the central conflict of their relationship, which is really big now that you're pointing it out. Like, that is often, that's the relationship problem, not a miscommunication, but like, well, I have a deep fear you're going to leave me for someone else.
Which, that's just a lack of trust in your partner, no matter whether they're bi, gay, straight, whatever, right?
It's sort of like, the theory is like the phantom of the greedy bi, but the like basic understanding of it is like you just are insecure in your relationship. Like you don't believe that they love you when you say them, or you don't trust them. You're just otherizing your partner.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and it's not trusting. So that's why I relate to it so much. And again, it's also, he's very explicitly bisexual. And it's like, the safe thing to do would be to find a woman and, you know, settle down, but that's not who he wants. Right.
Right. So then why do you think that this story is a tale of our time? Is it the fact that it eschews the idea that being bisexual should be an issue in any relationship? Or is it something else that we haven't touched on yet?
For me, I would say it's the bisexual thing where he is bi, but that's not an issue for them. But also, I would say it's the dichotomy between their public selves and their private selves. They're very much marketed as rivalries to the public, to even their friends and family, right? They hate each other. And yet, behind the scenes, like, as we discussed, this has been going on for a very long time.
I brought it. I can't stop bringing it up.
Yeah,
how long the plot line on this is.
Yeah, I mean, it's their entire careers. So they've been together in some way or another for their entire careers. And so they're very much tangled up in each other, both publicly and privately, but with two different perceptions and two different relationships.
I think also sort of Shane's own questioning of himself in that idea of like, one, it's finding your identity, which is also very hard, and there's a lot in that. But I think there's sort of that question too of like knowing that because Ilya is bi, there's like, for a little while, you're like, is Shane bi?
Yes. And there very much is that thought process. You can see it as he's like, well, is it a problem with, you know, all women, or is it just a few women?
Is it just you that I don't really like?
Or is it that I'm a hockey player and I spend all my time with dudes? And like,
where's this coming from?
Do I just not have any experience actually talking to a woman? And so, you know, I have a hard time because of that. I don't know how to talk to women. I'm a man. I spend all my time with men. So for him, it's very much realizing that actually he is not actually bi, he is gay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're out of time. But if you could give Heated Rivalry, the overall story of Heated Rivalry, and one phrase subtitle of your very own, what would that be?
I think as we touched on how the different characters are finding their identities and building their relationship, I think discovering relationships in spite of tropes would work.
Because kind of dodging, like we said, like the pitfalls that we often see, at least associated with like bi erasure or even biphobia in this one as well. Discovering relationships in spite of tropes.
Yes.
Well, Emily, thank you so much for helping me close out. I think this is a good one to end with because people would have been shocked if this show, story, book didn't come up once.
If not June, when?
Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciated this. And now I feel informed. And thank you to all of you listeners out there. This has been Tales of Our Time on Radio Taiwan International. I'm your host, Amanda Stevens, with our wonderful guest and guide through this story, Emily. Today, we were talking about Heated Rivalry, discovering relationships in spite of tropes. A tale of our time. We'll see you next time. You're listening to Radio Taiwan International.